Here there, Rear Admiral Chris Sutherland, aka the Alcoholic Admiral, joining you again from the Admiral's Nook for episode 5 Bravo. Continuing a discussion episode I filmed at sea where I talk a bit about insecurity, and after my insecurity trophy episode. This one is kind of just expanding upon that, the insecurity factor and what kind of, I think, led me to drink. But before I do, I've got to get back to my 80s music videos recommendations. And for this one, a classic 80s hair band, Autograph, with their video, Turn Up the Radio. This video has everything. You know, big hair, tight leather, everything, robots, but more importantly, product placement. I think the boys were trying to drum up some money to make the video. So you see this really not subtle product placement of Papermate pencils, cutting edge writing technology from the 80s. And these Papermate pencils appear, I thought they were supposed to be pens, but this one looks like a pencil, appears in the video, and it's absolutely classic. So I'm putting a link to the video for you to have a look at. I love the song. I think it's awesome. You know, it's everything that's awesome about the 80s in that video. And now back to the topic at hand about insecurity. You know, as I said in episode 5, Alpha at Sea, I did not drink at all in high school. I was a designated driver. I had a close group of friends. I was very grateful, but, you know, we were, you know, kind of nerds. You know, we didn't stand out. We just hung out together. I was a designated driver on those rare occasions where we might have gone to a bar across the way in Quebec. You can drink at age 18, but I never drank. As I said, there was a history of alcoholism in my family. Both my grandfathers are veterans of World War II. I think struggled with PTSD and self-medicated from that. So I really did not, you know, think drinking was a good idea. But when I joined the military, when I went to basic training, I felt incredibly insecure, incredibly uncomfortable with my own skin, out of my element. And when I got to the Royal Military College, which is Canada's version of kind of the U.S. military academies, I took my first drink. And as I mentioned in the previous episode, it was incredible. It was a warm blanket of confidence, of comfort, of fitting in, as I said, of being able to socialize. And I spent the next 20, 25 years chasing that feeling. And as with any addiction, over my Navy career, it progressed from drinking to feel good, you know, kind of drinking, you know, Friday, Saturday to Thursday, Friday, Saturday to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to, you know, every day of the week. And I was hiding my drinking. I'll get into more of that as I talk about my recovery, because this, you know, has a positive ending, I think. I'm so much happier as to where I've arrived in life. But I progressed from drinking to feel good to basically drinking not to feel any feelings at all, and ultimately wanting to drink myself to death. I was up to an incredible amount of alcohol, 26ers, 40-pounders each night, and, you know, I can't believe I'm still alive. But I'll speak more upon that in the next episode. And coming to admit that I had a problem, and then reaching out for help for that problem. And the biggest thing there when I reached out for help is that non-judgmental hand of help was there. The answer when I went to my commanding officer was, you know, Chris Suds, how can I help? Not anything else. Anything else I know would have driven me into a dark place, and I probably would not be here right now. So next episode, build on that, where I talk about, you know, my steps in recovery in addiction. And later on, I'll talk about my mental health issues, my depression, and how I got help for that. And again, that judgmental hand of help being there was critical to my recovery from both my addiction and my depression. So until next time, this is Rear Admiral Chris Sutherland, the Alcoholic Admiral, signing off, asking you to be kind, make good choices, and stay hydrated. Thanks very much. And watch Autograph. Turn Up the Radio. Classic 80s video. Classic 80s hairband. Classic product placement of Papermate. Cutting edge 80s writing technology. Once again, thanks very much and cheers. Signing off.